Hi YouTube, it's Anneke Van Buren of Tampa, Florida. Another hot and steamy day here, so I'm staying inside probably until this evening. That's what we do here in Florida. We're inside during the heat, you're inside during the cold if you live elsewhere. Anyway, I'm laughing to myself because this is round 3 of attempting to film this update. It's just one of those days. I don't know if other YouTube creators talk about this, and some of them even share their bloopers. Some days you're on and some days you're not. So today I think is one of those days for me. But here we go again. I am going to make a pomegranate martini for you today. So I think it'll be refreshing for a nice summer drink. So let's begin. First, we're going to put a lot of ice in a shaker. I've probably said this a million times before. I like my cold drinks really cold. And if you serve one to me with an ice chip in the top, I'm happy. So we're going to start out, and I got to be real careful with this because I just opened this bottle. So 2 ounces of vodka. Let me set this down carefully. It's heavy. And then I'm going to do 1.5 ounces of pomegranate juice. This is a little deviation from the recipe. I'm adding a little bit more because I want my coupe glass a little fuller. And next I am going to do 1 ounce of Cointreau. Not Cointreau. Cointreau is what's recommended. This is orange curacao. See, I told you. Little gray cells aren't all there today. Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, you might as well die. All right, and I'm going to do about a 1/4 ounce, maybe a little bit more of lime juice. I just used up my last fresh lime, making the other 2. So I'm using my pre-constituted. All right, that's it. Vodka, orange curacao or Cointreau, or you could use triple sec, pomegranate juice, lime juice. Give it a good shake. Pretty easy. Okay. I don't know about you, but despite my fumbling, I'm having a good day. All right. I think a happy life is all about attitude. Oops, that top is not on there tight at all. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a strainer right out of this drawer, because I don't want to lose everything that's in here. So I'm going to put this right here, just like this. There, that's much better. Okay, this is sort of a subpar shaker. All right, let's give this a try. I changed it up a bit. I added a little more pomegranate juice. A little more lime juice, a little zippier. Now this, I could taste the vodka. It's delish. All right, I'll save that for later. Tonight is karaoke, so I will have dinner and a cocktail at home, and I will go to our club and have Diet Coke while I'm there. I have found that my body cannot process alcohol as it used to. And I don't know if it's true for everyone, but I know it's true for a lot of us that are getting older. Our metabolism just changes. And there are things that we can't eat anymore, or things that we can't drink anymore, and we need to adjust our diet. And I have found that I really feel best if I stick to only one cocktail a day. I suppose if I went out to lunch in the afternoon and had a glass of wine and then a cocktail that evening, but it's still 2 doses of alcohol during the day. So for me, I'm having to cut back, and that's okay, because we all know where alcohol goes, right here. You know, there's a saying, someone has a beer belly. It starts here and it does this. Well, I don't have a beer belly, but it's something to think about. If you're trying to lose weight and you can't, and you're still drinking several beers a day or several cocktails a day, guess what? You gotta cool it. So, anyway, I've found that lately I have a new interest in traveling in an aviation. Now, for several years, I traveled all over the United States with my work and to Europe. And I was happy to do it. I would sometimes be gone 2 weeks when I was in the US, and even longer if I was over in Europe. When I was working in Ireland a lot, I would be gone several weeks. And I just found that that got tiring. I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to be home. But in this last month, I've had 2 trips. One up to Canada, which was absolutely delightful, and just a real short one back to my home state of New York. And I've got the bug. I'm ready to do some more traveling again. I'm not really sure where it's going to be, when it's going to be. I think we all have a bucket list of where we want to go and what we want to do and what's practical on our budgets, that sort of thing. I don't mind traveling alone. I did that for years. And then you can come and go exactly as you want. You go see the sites that you want to see, where you might have a partner that has no interest in your what you want to see when you're someplace. I always wanted to go to Europe and go on a pipe organ tour. I know that sounds like you'd be bored out of your mind if you did that. Go to the great cathedrals of Europe that have the fabulous pipe organs and just sit there and just be in my glory. But I have a musical background, and it's an instrument that I used to play. But on my bucket list right now, hopefully next year, Edinburgh for the tattoo and the music festival. I'm just going to plan ahead and save up. And I have always wanted to go to New Zealand. So I'm kind of thinking about that. And a good friend of mine who travels all the time, who is going to New Zealand, he is leaving in October. And then he's going to Australia. He's going to stop in Fiji along the way. He's a cricket fan, so that's why he's going to all these different places. I don't understand cricket. Give me baseball, that's enough. But anyway, if you have a favorite destination that you have ever been on a vacation that was like top of your list, I would love it if you would share that with me in the comments below. Or if you have something on your bucket list, a place that you want to go to, it's been your dream vacation, I'd love to hear about that too. I'd be so interested in finding out where you've had the best times of your life. So, here's your little mission for today. Share a smile with someone that you don't know. It's not that difficult. If you go to the supermarket and you see someone coming down the aisle, just give them a smile. You don't have to say anything. You might make their day. Remember, it does not cost a thing to be kind. Namaste, my friends. I'm going to reach over and shut this off here before I